So listen, when we signed Mike Hilton back in 2021, it was one of the smartest decisions we had made in free agency. We got ourselves the best slot corner in the NFL and someone who really propelled our defense to a very high standard, right? It really helped us out to complete the Lou Anarumo's defensive structure that we were trying to create in Cincinnati. So now we have another question. Do we repeat the same process and go with Geno Stone? Now, Geno Stone, if you guys do not remember him, he was the guy who intercepted us in the Week 2 game versus Baltimore that really ended that ball game. Now, I'm not against the idea of going to an AFC North team, taking their player and, potentially having them on our squad. Listen, if Cleveland wants to stop messing around and send over Myles Garrett, I'm fully okay with it. I'm not really all in on the fact that Myles Garrett, bashed in Mason Rudolph's head with his own helmet. But, when I saw that, I thought, damn, that's a Cincinnati bang for me, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Vontaze Burfict would get very much along with Myles Garrett. And with that being said, though, here's my if, and, or buts, right? Do we need a safety desperately? No. I think Jordan Battle will continue to take a progression up next season. I think Dax Hill will get better. I think Tyson Anderson will come back from injury and will be good. And yes, I would like to have another rotation for a safety. Could we go out there and, potentially get someone in free agency or the draft? Absolutely. But really, the reason why the Ravens are not going to be bringing back Geno Stone is because of price tag. And while, yes, I agree that Geno Stone should get paid, he should. He's definitely very good. Looking at his PFF grades, he had the best season of his career, right? Coming in at 71.9 overall defense, 48.5 pass rush, 84.9 coverage. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And to have a coverage safety like that is amazing. Here's the problem, though. This category right here. And you might say, well, yeah, he's a safety. Who cares? That's how we play our defense. The reason why our run defense was so bad this year, a lot of it was because our safeties are not as experienced in the run defense as we had with Jesse Bates and Von Bell. When you look at Jesse Bates, right? Let me go ahead and pull up Jesse Bates real fast. Jesse Bates. Right here. 89.8 in run defense. Okay. Von Bell. Pull up him. 59.8 in run defense. Let me see what he did with us. Because I know he played a lot better with us. 60. Yeah, okay. Let me move this down. 88 point run defense. He had a 90.3, 78.1, 67.2, 63.6. We need, if we're going to go out there and spend money on a safety, right, which I personally am not against the idea. If a good safety is available and you're like, hey, listen, this is going to benefit our team and improve our team drastically, I'm okay with it, right? If that's what they think is the best fit, I have trust in Duke Tobin, Zach Taylor, and Katie Blackburn to get this job done. But my problem is there's no reason to go out there and spend big boy money on a safety if the safety is not going to be a run support guy, who is not going to be utilized in the run support. Because that's what makes our defense so good, is that Lou's able to scheme our safeties in the box underneath and shut down the run. And that's something that when, I know Nick Scott didn't play that much this year because he was a can of boo-boo butthole. But even then, 53.6 run defense, that's unacceptable. And obviously coverage grades 35.8, that's a joke. But overall wise, he can't stop the run. And we got him because we thought, okay, well, he's not going to be good against the run, But if you look at his previous years in the NFL, let me go ahead and go a little bit farther up here. You know, it was always, okay, well, actually, no, look at the year before. Run defense, 77 overall grade. Not really much good outside of that. Awful coverage grade. You know, pressure grade, awful. Defense grade, awful. But this was why we got him. 77 overall grade in the run. And other than that, you know, he was kind of iffy and but all the other years, but he really didn't start that much. I mean, you look at his record here, you know, didn't start much, actually got a chance to start, and then we picked him up for a 3-year, $12 million deal. And again, we can cut him and get out of this because we have an opt-out of his contract. But my point is here that, you know, we took the gamble, right? We took the gamble because we wanted a safety that could play in run support. That's not what Geno Stone is. Geno Stone is a guy who can drop back in coverage and play coverage very well. And I will say there might be a little bit of a 1-year type of thing with him, because if you look at his past, last year was his best year by far. Other than that, he's been kind of wishy-washy, ups and downs. I mean, he didn't really play as much, so that's definitely something to take into consideration. But this is a player who, I'm not saying he's a system player, and I don't really believe in a system player type angle, but I do believe in players in certain teams, when they have the talent around them, can boost them up and make them look a lot better than they would in a different team, right? We see this all the time. This is not a new thing. It's not really a system player. It's just that if I put you on a roster with the best safety of all time, with the best corner of all time, you're going to look better by comparison just because of the fact that you're, you know, benefiting from them taking up, you know, a couple guys or really doing good coverage. And if you look at the Ravens system, you know, they have Kyle Hamilton, who's a really great safety. They have Marcus Williams, who's a great safety. Brandon Stevens, who's a great corner. Marlon Humphreys, who's a great corner. They have Ronald Darby, who was good this season. They have a lot of guys who are able to really help out, you know, players like Geno Stone here, where it's not like he has to do too much. He can only, you know, he only has to cover a certain area. Again, shout out to him for playing great football this year. My point is, though, you know, I don't know how he's going to transition to our team. And then second off is that run defense. That's really where it's been the kicker here. If we're going to go out there and spend big boy money on a safety, I want to get a safety who can give us that Jesse Bates, Von Bell as much as he can. I know we're not going to replace those two guys. We're never going to replace those two guys unless Jordan Battle continues, which I think he can, honestly, and get to that point. And then Dax Hill, same thing here. But if we're trying to get a safety in free agency, I think we're going to look more toward a system-type player that can help out loose system rather than to try to get someone to, as I've always said on this channel, put a Band-Aid on the problem and try to fix it. It's not what we're doing here. So thank you guys for watching. Peace.